So we're in Fresno, California. We just took a look at this little reverse osmosis system here. It's a pure value reverse osmosis system. It's a 5EZ50, and we couldn't find anything on the manufacturer, but we did find documentation at different suppliers online that sell the system. Haven't found any documentation. We did actually get replacement part numbers for the different filters, the sediment, the carbon, the RO membrane, and whatnot. What we did today is, the homeowner felt that the original installer had come in and taken something out of the unit and didn't replace it, and they are correct. So what we did on this canister here that holds the RO membrane is we took apart 3 lines. These are all John Guest fittings. So here you depress it, pull the white line out, and in the back, we can't get down there and see, but you can see that black line loops around, and back toward the back, it ties in to another John Guest fitting, and right there you can see it. And then of course on this side, there's a blue line. So this blue line, it goes to the other side. So on the back side, just to make it kind of clear, on the back side of this canister, there's 2 little 90-degree John Guest fittings, and you can see it. There's one of them sitting right there. So they sit dead bottom and point straight out. Black line on this side, blue line on that side, and then white line here. So all that came apart. These are just quick clips right here. So these guys, you just pop this off and these clips just come off, and then of course the membrane comes off and you can get this apart. But we took that apart. There is no membrane in there. So they got one on order. They're going to get that installed here. It's going to be a few days for shipping, but they'll get that installed. Everything else looks good. I asked that you would monitor this area. You've got, right now it's nice and dry. There's probably a little bit of residual water up on this mounting bracket, and then additionally in between, water rolls down and it gets up on top of these canisters, and so you might have a little bit of residual water, but the bottom of this cabinet should stay dry. If you get moisture down there, we need to get in there and take a closer look and make sure nothing's dripping in here. So additionally, you've got a little bit of corrosion down here. You can see the rust on the mounting bolts here. So you got a little bit of rust at the bottom of the disposal and a little bit of rust on these screws that are coming through. And right now it's currently not dripping. So until this thing, starts generating some water, just use it, because to take this apart, it's pretty tight in here. You need to make room for this little 2.5 gallon tank, and then of course your reverse osmosis kit over here, so it's nice and tight back there. And of course the drain assembly mounts to the right where the garbage disposal waste arm is at, sitting right there. So a little bit fussier than most, but just monitor it. As long as it's working, just leave it alone, and we can get that replaced. So we'll come back out and get this installed after we get that replacement part. Outside of that, this service call is done.